Hey there, Japanese Retro Game Center with another YouTube video. Today is February 21st, 2016, which means it is the 30th anniversary of the Famicom Disk System. So, I thought I'd make a quick video talking about the Famicom Disk System. The Famicom Disk System is one of my favorite systems. It's not a what would you say? It's not a system by itself, but it's an add-on technically, but it has its own set of games. So it's kind of in that like bizarre land of as far as a console go. But basically it's an add-on. But it has its own library, like over 200 games, 230 games, I believe, give or take. So, and I'm trying to collect them all. That's kind of my goal for this year. That was my New Year's resolution, is to finish off my Famicom disc collection. I'm about halfway there, which I can show you now, actually. So bear with me on my camera stand here. Let's see, right here. There we go. So I have this nice rack set up. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 6 blocks there, full of wonderful Famicom disc goodness. So I need to make more room for future purchases, right? Let's see. Let's focus back in on the Famicom disc right there. Alright, so I have it plugged in. So I wanted to show off the Famicom disc, the wonderful startup screen, and some of the games. So let's start with the box. So I do have the box, right? Lucky me. So there is the box. I have one in fairly decent shape. The box is very light, so by itself. The Famicom disc is very heavy. So here's the box. I believe they did make 2 versions, if I'm not mistaken. There were a couple versions. I think I only kept one version. Kind of like with the Famicom with the square buttons and the round buttons like that. So there's the box. Inside, very simple. It's unboxing, right? It's already been unboxed. So just styrofoam Famicom disc sits in there. So does the RAM adapter. And it came with it doesn't come with a power adapter. The AC adapter is sold separately because you can put batteries in it. I'll get to that in a minute. It also came with a RF extension cord because the cord was so short and you play so close to the TV, the console has to stay so close to the TV, and the controllers on the Famicom are short, like all that stuff. So they at least made an extension for that, and they came with the Famicom Disk System. They basically just threw them in there. So you could buy an AC adapter separately, which I recommend. They also made cables later, like aftermarket cables, where you could combine the AC adapter with the Famicom and stuff like that. They are different AC adapters. The plug is different in the back, so you have to get a separate one or get a wire that connects both, kind of like a Y splitter or something. Or, you know, get the official one or aftermarket, whatever. Or batteries, if you want to use D batteries, like 6D batteries or something. So that's also an option. It's kind of portable that way, right? Okay, so there's the box. It had this disc guard, which is just a hard piece of paper there. So that went in the actual, went right in there when you bought it. Here is the manual. Manual's in awesome shape, so that's exciting. So let's focus in on that. I'll go through a little bit of the manual. So there is the disc writer. So you used to be able to go to kiosks and make your own games. You know, you could rewrite the discs. You know, you could buy new ones, whatever, overwrite, sell them. I think they also had the manuals and stuff there you could buy too, and the stickers like for the discs, the labels and stuff like that. So that is the disc writer. I wish I had a real disc writer. I don't have one, but I do have the replica right here. Disc writer right here. So it actually has let me zoom out here. There we go. So it actually has it holds games at least. So I have it holding some of my games, some of my good games in there. And this is what it would look like if you lived in Japan in the mid 80s, right here. So it'd have the games you could choose and, you know, select. It's not that different from the old Famicom box there either. So anyway, disc writer, and that is Disc-kun, the mascot of the Famicom Disk System. So there you go, I had that. And there were some other, while I'm talking about cases, this is something you might see, soft carry disc case. So this is pretty common. Let's open that up. It just holds it. I actually have enough cases for my games. I don't have to use this, but I might need it in the future, so I'll leave it empty for now. Okay. Back to the manual. Here we go. So, yeah, so the disc writer, right? So you can do that. This is how you plug it in. There it has the RF extension. Plug in the Famicom. Usually the Famicom sits on top, and you have the RAM adapter on here. And get to the next page. The RAM adapter plugs in the back of the Famicom disc. It sits on top of the Famicom. Set the Famicom on top. If you use the batteries, that's the battery route right there. If not, you know, like plug it in. Use the AC adapter, which is on the other side right there. And then you have your load up screen and all that stuff. There's some discs in there, and then it talks about all the error messages. They're very, the discs are very fragile, right? So let's look at the discs. There are two kinds of discs. Let's see. So there is the yellow disc, which doesn't have a cover, so that's why they would mess up, you know, magnetic fields and all that magic. So very easy to break and have errors and whatnot. So the discs will go bad. Also, people, you know, if you write over them or whatever. So let's see. So I have baseball and volleyball. So the discs have two sides, obviously. Smaller games, like these two, you can fit one on each side. Bigger games, like, let's see, right here. Like Zelda would use both sides. So, and this is what it looks, this is what the complete Famicom disc set would look like. It has this plastic casing right here. Somebody went ahead and took the liberty of using some of the stickers on this one, like there and here. So this one on the case, it says A, B, so it's both for Zelda. If it's not like that, it'll have A, B separate. I'll show you that here in a minute. And a complete one has the disc. It does have a disc sleeve to protect the disc a little bit there. And then this other piece of paper, I just call it the title card. I don't know a better name for it. So, has the Legend of Zelda, has the picture on there. And, of course, manual. So, manuals are pretty neat. It even has a spine. It's big enough for a spine. Let's see. And this one, I did grab one that hasn't used the stickers, so I doubled up on my stickers. So it has your A side and B side, and some extra stickers to use. Oh, one got used, so one's used there. I didn't see that. Otherwise, it's your standard Zelda manual. As far as I know, it's the same. It should be the same as the other ones. So, just, you know, in Japanese, obviously. Okay. So, let's see. So, that was a two-sided one. Let's see, what do I have? I have another one right here. I have Super Mario 2. This is Lost Levels Mario 2, not to be confused with Doki Doki Panic / Mario 2 / Mario USA. That's a whole nother story for a whole nother time. So this one has Super Mario 2 on the A side, and the B side was left blank, which, as you can see, this sticker, I have Super Mario Brothers on the B side. So, you have that option. And depending on whether people rewrote over them or not, hopefully it's the same. I've bought games where it said, oh, hey, this is Castlevania, but, oh, no, it's, Exciting Basket, or whatever. Like, it would be some completely different game. So that happens, which really sucks. But I guess it's a surprise anyway. Crappy surprise, but still surprise. So, you never know what you're going to get with Famicom Disk games. So this one, somebody, so like I said, so this one came with Mario 2. Then he went to a store somewhere in Japan and bought Super Mario Brothers, and he even bought like the manual for it. So I have both manuals in there. The other disc is blue. Blue. This is like the, I guess, version 2.0 disc or whatever. So they made them blue. And both discs have Nintendo on there. They're basically your, standard 3.5 floppies, except they made these Nintendo. They put Nintendo on there, and there's a hole in the I and the N. Or, sorry. There's a hole in there, there's some dots in there. So they made it where it would fit in, and it has special, nubbins or whatever, special knobs in the Famicom disc where it sets in so that you can't use a counterfeit disc or a pirated disc. But that doesn't really stop it. There are lots of pirated discs. Actually, I have one right here. So they just left it blank like that. Just like that. So, let's see. Where's Blue Disc? So Blue Disc does have the cover. So it just slides. Right, just standard stuff, right? Something which it should have had in the first place on the other one. So those are the two kind of discs, plus, well, other discs, right? You might see some. Alright, so let's get to the games. So I have it all plugged in. Like I said, I keep my Famicom beside it because of the space in my rack. So let's move this over. I want to turn my TV on here and show off some stuff here. So, hi, Shadow, me. I'm right there. Yeah, I do this old school. I don't have any, I don't have anything to plug it up directly. Who wants to do that? Let's do it old school. So, I have it up to my old Famicom, so I have it up to my analog, everything, old analog, good old channel 1, as it is in Japan. So first, let's turn it on and do the load up screen. So, I'm turning the Famicom on now. Alright, so please set this card, right? So as you can see right here on the bottom, they have Mario and Luigi. They do the little kind of Mario Brothers. Kind of like Super Mario 3, except this was before that, where they have that little intro, like, fun thing. So Luigi's hitting that little button there, changing the colors on the Nintendo logo. Mario's chasing them. Oh, Luigi got it again, that bastard. Oh, Mario's on to his games, right? So, and that's through the RAM adapter. So even if you don't have a working Famicom Disk System, you could still plug a RAM adapter to your Famicom, and you'll at least get to hear. And I think some people do that. I've sold a lot of RAM adapters just separately. Maybe people just broke theirs or something. But it's kind of worth it just for this. Sit here, watch this for hours, right? And that's kind of one of the things I wanted to do today on the 30th anniversary of Famicom Disk System was look at the load up screen. Awesome, right? Okay, so let's play some games. So let's load up Mario. So Super Mario Brothers. So let me load that in there. Sorry for me cutting in front. So cutting in front of the screen so it loads. There's the load up screen. So when that comes up, okay, it's working. So you shouldn't have any problems. So Super Mario Brothers. Oh, so my TV's really old. The red's really bad. So like Mario looks kind of bad on this screen. So Mario is the same. I'm not gonna play it, but the only real difference is the minus world, which I had in an older video like 2 or 3 years ago. So look that up on my YouTube channel. The minus world is different. Instead of being in the water, you're on stage 1-3, and there's a floating Koopa and Peach, but you are swimming even if it's on 1-3, like up in the sky. So that's kind of worth it just for that. At least I think it is. So that's Mario. Mario 1. And once it's loaded, once a game like this, Super Mario Bros. Small game, it's loaded. You don't even have to worry about the disc. It's loaded. It's good to go. So you can just take it out. So actually, I just took it out right now. And the game will still play. It doesn't load anymore after that. So, not until you, even if you reset. So, let me reset it. So, Mario is still in there. So, even if you reset, you don't even need the disc. So, borrow it from a friend or something and just leave your Famicom on for a few weeks till you beat it, I guess. With Mario 2, there's no save either, so. Because they would probably need to use both sides then. Usually, if it's a game with save, they use both sides. Like, save data is, like, held on A side in the title screen, and then B side's the actual game. Is usually how it works. Alright, so that is that. Let's go ahead and do Mario 2 while we're here. So, sorry, I can't show both. Can't be bothered, right? So, I just put in Mario 2. Alright, still working. Whew, safe. It's always scary, because, so you never know when the disc is going to go bad. Basically, it's like a ticking time bomb, right? Either the disc will go bad, or in the Famicom Disk System, it's run off of a belt, and the belts go bad. They will disintegrate either from heavy use, like I do, and I've had my Famicom Disk for how many years now? 3 or 4 years, and it hasn't burned out yet, so lucky there, I guess. I don't know how long it would take, but just over time, that rubber, it's rubber, right? So it's going to go bad. And there's the poison mushroom. So this is Lost Levels, and so in its original form, not in its it's the exact same game as you would get on All Stars or Super Mario Collection here in Japan, but these are the original 8-bit graphics. Sorry, but the graphics on the graphics that they used on the Super Nintendo, Super Famicom, I thought were horrible. Hated that. I wish they would have somehow been able to keep it more to the original. That's why all my levels on Super Mario Maker are like this, like the 8-bit Super Mario Brothers style. So, alright, that's that. Why don't we pop in... Let's see, so I pulled out some games. So I had Mario 2. I showed off Zelda a little bit. Castlevania, so Castlevania came on disc. Zelda was a launch title, so was Mario, the Famicom Disk port of Mario. Those were a couple of the launch titles, by the way. I think everything else was sports, like Mahjong, maybe baseball, I forget, tennis. So, just ports, really. Later, Castlevania Akumajo Dracula. It originally came out on the Famicom Disk. So, let's pop that in. So, let me open this up. Oh, there's some stickers for it. They came separate. So, Nintendo had their stickers in, like, directly in the manual. And so this is Konami, obviously. So, at least for this one, they did it a little bit differently. Also, they had these stickers. So, be careful when you buy, like, this on eBay and stuff. Like, for example, like, when the sticker comes off, let's see. I can't zoom in. So, it has the Discoon sticker right there. And when it, let me put my hand back there. Here we go. So, like, sometimes people leave the stickers on there and just barely open it. So, it's hard to see, but it comes up as void. There's like a V-O you kind of see on there. And so, behind the sticker, if you try to peel it off, it comes up as void, meaning that you've opened it. So, a lot of people try to sell games. They're like, oh, this is new. This is brand new, but it might just be somebody opened it really, really carefully. So, hey, be careful about that. If you're looking for an actual, like, unopened game, it may be hard to tell. So, and this is the way to check. It might look good, but if it has void written on there, okay, it's open. So, buyer beware. Okay, anyway. Castlevania. So there's the manual. I think it's the same, right? manual, just in Japanese. So, very cool. Let's see. And this, of course, is two-sided game. Side A, side B. Alright, let's put it in. I know you guys want to watch that static, right? So, sorry, I didn't want to block the static there. Loading, right? I don't know, loading's fun, changing the discs like we will do. I think that's fun. Dracula, Akumajo, Dracula. Right? Devil's Castle, Dracula. Right? Alright, let's see here. I have just enough cord I can reach here. So, there we go. Instead of that horrible password, you can have saves. So, notice it's set up exactly like Zelda, right? So, we have Daisuke and Tai and Rei. And then name Todoku is right here. So that's register, which I can't do because everything's full. Keisu, so erase, delete, whatever you want to call it. So, yeah, here is Castlevania. So, stage 423, 418, right? So, we have all that. So let's just pick the first one. Why not? Hey, what's up? So you see it going, please set disk B. So we'll set that up. So my lovely mug, right? Not in the shadows anymore. There we go. So let it play a little bit. I don't know if you can tell the difference on this one or not. But there are extra sound channels with the Famicom Disk, so that's one of the cool things. So even if you have the Nintendo version or the Famicom cartridge version that they ported later, the sound is going to be slightly different. I don't know if it's different on this song or not, but some of the other songs are different, where they have some different sounds and whatnot. So if you're thinking, why do I bother with a Famicom Disk? Well, there's one reason. Other than owning the original. I like to own the original as much as possible as well. That's a big point for me, if I can. If you can't, hey, then, go the emulation route or whatever. But, I wanna have it all, right? So, there is Castlevania. Alright, so turn that off. And then, we had, Metroid. And Metroid was the exact same. I don't think any of the sounds are different, but it's, it has the same, instead of a password, you have the 3 save files. So that kind of became obsolete, per se, later. So, anyway, there's a quick look at the Famicom Disk. My Famicom collection. Some of the games, disc differences. I tried to cover everything, basically. So, the different discs and how the game loads, and you have to, change sides when you save, blah, blah, blah. So, hey, I hope you enjoyed it. So, watch my other videos, subscribe, find me on Twitter if you want to, contact, say, hey, what's up? I like your Famicom Disk System, stuff like that. So I have that. I have my eBay store. I'm trying to put a lot of Famicom Disk games in eBay. I'll have, actually, I have it here. This will be going up soon. I have an extra copy of Twin B. So this is Twin B, except it has 3-player compatibility on the Famicom Disk version. So that's awesome, right? That'll be up on my eBay store later, along with everything else. So, thanks again. Thanks for watching. See you soon.